Welcome back to my series for the boys, Season 1, Episode 5, called Good for the Soul. Let's get into it. In Cuba, Popclaw hides out smoking weed when A-Train shows up with good news saying that Stillwell has allowed them to go public with their relationship, which is all she's ever really wanted. But only if she tells him about the Compound V. She finally gives in and tells him, and gives the description of the boys. That's when he quickly plunges 4 syringes full of heroin into her arms, causing her to OD and die. While Homelander might be a level 10 psychopath, this shows that A-Train is not too far behind, and he's willing to do anything to protect his place in the Seven and being the fastest man on Earth. That's all he cares about. And what's even darker is right before he kills her, he's bringing up happy memories they shared together and telling her he loves her, only to fill her body full of heroin and kill her seconds later. That shit's dark. Homelander ordered him to kill her after A-Train told him about the situation he was in. He asks A-Train if he's still using Compound V because it's obvious that he was, and A-Train lies, saying that he quit cold turkey and is no longer using it. They share an awkward hug where Homelander says that he loves him and will always be watching over him before telling him he needs to go find the misplaced Asian girl. Meanwhile, Butcher, MM, and Huey go to the Believe Expo, a giant Christian festival, to find Ezekiel, the guy who runs the Samaritan's Embrace charity. They plan to get Huey a backstage pass from Starlight so he can blackmail Ezekiel with footage of him kissing guys the other night to get information on the Compound V. At the memorial for Flight 37, Homelander gives a speech telling all the grieving families that he's sorry for their losses, while Maeve suffers from a mental breakdown and rushes off stage. Later, while she's drunk, Maeve visits her ex-girlfriend, tries to kiss her, gets pushed away, and leaves. That's never a good idea. During the expo, Starlight is forced to lie about having sex and say she's a virgin. She explains to her crazy mother who's back that she doesn't like lying to kids, but she dismisses it and says she needs to be a positive influence. She ditches her mom for Huey and agrees to get him a backstage pass. Homelander shows up to a doctor office parking lot to complain about his speech after Stillwell wasn't at the expo. She tells him to read it as it is, and he has a serious beef with this baby. It's crazy. He calls the kid an accessory, and then she tells him they need to set some boundaries. You think? Butcher visits his sister-in-law Rachel after learning that the family purchased a headstone for his wife Becca, even though they never found her body. Rachel explains they did it for her mother. It's been 8 years and they wanted to give her some closure. Butcher ends up going to the cemetery with a sledgehammer and destroying the headstone. During the VIP experience with Ezekiel, Huey gets baptized by Homelander, and Homelander holds him underwater just a little longer than everybody else while staring down at him smiling. Afterwards, Huey goes to blackmail Ezekiel, but his phone's fried because he left it in his pocket when he got baptized. Thinking fast, he pulls a wild card and tells Ezekiel he's one of the 2 guys he was kissing at the club the other night. He gives in and says Samaritan's Embrace has been sending Compound V to hospitals all over the country, including the most recent shipment that went to a nearby hospital. Homelander gives his speech but strays from the script, which pisses off Stillwell but wins over the crowd, as usual. Starlight doesn't want to give her speech on stage, but in typical beauty pageant mom fashion, she forces her to go, saying that she's been waiting 23 years for this because, after all, everything's about her, and she has friends watching on TV. During her speech, she criticizes the hypocrisy of the expo and then publicly admits that she was sexually assaulted, but doesn't say by who.
What's immoral is the guy who shoved his dick in my face.
Starlight is upset and accuses Huey of using her to meet Ezekiel. He apologizes and confesses that his girlfriend recently died, and he came here looking for answers but didn't find any. Back at Popclaw's apartment, A-Train watches her old movies and shows a hint of humanity before stumbling on the video of her killing the landlord. He could see Frenchie's face in the video, so he takes it back to 7 Tower, and Black Noir agrees to hunt Frenchie down for him. At the hospital, Butcher and MM discover a unit full of babies getting pumped full of Compound V through IVs. They're making soup babies. Armed guards bust in, and in my favorite scene of the series so far, Butcher grabs the laser-eyed baby out of his crib, using him as a weapon to slice everyone to pieces. He puts the baby back, they get a sample of Compound V, and they take off. Madeline catches Homelander eavesdropping outside of her office, tells him to come in, and she begins to seduce him. She unbuttons her shirt, and he lays down on her lap while she pats his head, telling him to be a good boy, and he starts sucking on her fingers. And just like that, this baby beef makes a little more sense. Very fucking weird, though. Very fucking weird. This sick fuck has more issues than Sports Illustrated. Cherie calls Frenchie, warning him that Black Noir is coming for him. Frenchie disobeys orders again as he frees the female from her chains so she can escape with him. He's ambushed by Black Noir in an alleyway, but then she hip checks the shit out of him into a wall. She tells Frenchie to take off. She fights Black Noir, but ends up getting killed. Frenchie comes back to see her laying on the ground dying and watches as all of her rooms magically heal themselves in front of his eyes, and she wakes up. What? So this chick is a certified badass. I just wish she would talk so we could learn more about her. And what about that baby scene with the laser eyes? That shit was the funniest thing ever. Using a baby as a weapon and then just gently putting him back. This show's great. I can't wait for episode 6. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, tell me what you like about the series. What did I miss? Until next time, thanks for watching.